Welcome back! Today's question is about clairvoyance. For those of you who might not know, clairvoyance describes the process of experiencing psychic visions. The word comes from the French words clair, which means clear, and the word voyeur, which means to see. In fact, there are 6 forms of psychic perception. Clairaudience, which means clear hearing, clairsentience, which means clear feeling, clairalience, which means clear smelling, clairgustance, which means clear tasting, claircognizance, which means clear knowing, and clairvoyance, which we've talked about earlier, and that means clear seeing. As you may have noticed, all of these forms correspond to one of the traditional 5 senses, with the exception, of course, being claircognizance. And there is a reason for that. When someone goes through the process of receiving intuitive or psychic information, their brain has to translate that abstract information into a sensory experience. This is where the clairs, as we call them, come in. And just as we can learn to focus our traditional senses, we can also learn to focus our clair senses. The first step to doing this is letting go of sensory expectations. When the average person thinks about a psychic vision, they usually call to mind a clip from a television show or a movie, a true with-your-eyes visual experience. The reality, however, is usually far more mundane. Some clairvoyants might see quick flashes in their mind's eye like a dream that only lasts for a second. Some see objects in the empty space of a blank surface like a scrying mirror or a crystal ball. Some experience an almost holographic overlay of psychic information on the regular third-dimensional world, but most clairvoyants experience a cross-section of these different perceptions. The best way to improve the accuracy and efficiency of our clairvoyant abilities is to expand our understanding of visual information. Just as we learn new words to more effectively describe and convey our experience in life, we can expand the visual language that our brains can use to convey the intuitive information we are receiving. My first suggestion is always to buy and read a dream dictionary, like this one, 12,000 Dreams Interpreted by Gustavus Miller, which is available, of course, at New Visions Books and Gifts. Dream dictionaries are a great starting point because they talk about the visual language of the subconscious, symbols. A dream dictionary talks about the cultural and human understanding of symbols, essentially what they mean to the average person. But what about when symbols don't line up with an average meaning? That brings us to my second suggestion, which is to keep a dream or clairvoyance journal. When you find a particular object draws your attention, or you see an image in your mind, write it down. But don't try to interpret it, as tempting as that might be. And then later that day or week or month, go back and write about what happened in life and how that symbol may have correlated to the theme or situation. This helps you to accumulate a personal symbolic dictionary and build upon the substitute and meanings for different symbols. The more you work with symbols both in their modern incarnation as well as their historical significance, the more you can tell your brain, and therefore your intuition, I speak this language and I would like to receive more images. The final suggestion would be to work with Zenner Cards, which are cards that each contain a different basic symbol that is also a basic color. You will first spend time familiarizing yourself with the symbols and then shuffle the deck and turn the cards face down. And take time to center yourself and let go of any tension or stress, perhaps through some meditation, and then work on intuitively seeing the image that is on the other side of the card in front of you. Then flip it over and record whether you got it right or wrong. If you find yourself struggling to see the image, try to just sense the color. Again, the more you work with these tools, the stronger your sense will become. Ultimately, clairvoyance is a wonderful gift when we utilize it skillfully, without judgment or ego. We simply need to learn to step back, connect, and observe, and keep in mind that even with intuitive information, there's always another perspective. So thank you very much for your question, and I look forward to seeing all of you for the next one. Take care, everybody.